I'm Kathy Epps. I'm a pharmacist. I've been in pharmacy for 35 years, and I wanted to share some information for those of you who are interested in learning about positions that a pharmacist could have that are not related to being an actual pharmacist. I've actually done this myself, and I think it's wonderful. And I think as pharmacists, we have so much knowledge, so much skill, and I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of us. The job market for pharmacists right now is kind of tightening, and so I want to see pharmacists really happy in what they're doing. So let me talk about some of the jobs and how to find them, and let's go ahead and get started. So once again, I'm Kathy Epps. I'm a PharmD. I've spent 22 years managing, hiring pharmacists. I've hired all kinds of positions, everything from medical assistants, office managers, clinical managers, pharmacists in charge, just about every position. So hopefully I have the inside scoop on how to get a position. So I think it takes a blend of education, experience, hard skills, but I also think it's important some soft skills too. So when I think when we're applying to these non-traditional positions, we're going to really emphasize the skills and less the experience. I was really excited to start this company with my partners to help pharmacists live aspirational lives, whether it's growing in their current career or finding new opportunities. I've read that if you're not growing, or if you feel like you're not challenged, it's actually more dissatisfying than having a heavy workload. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I felt that way, unless it was like too overwhelming of a workload. So I hope this helps. The first thing I think you should do is envision a fulfilling day. Like, what does that look like? Are you in an office? Are you in a clinic? Are you working remotely from your home? Are you traveling? I think that's the first thing I would picture. And then the next thing I would do is, what are you doing? What kind of skills are you using? What kind of skills do you lean towards now? And what kind of skills, tasks do you kind of shy away from that you don't like doing? So the ones that you lean towards, let's write those down and that you're good at. Your strengths that you excel at, that you're better than other people at. Also, broadly, pharmacists do a lot of things better than other people, and those skills will translate into a lot of other positions. Some examples, we have strong communication skills. We can communicate with interdisciplinary teams. We can communicate with patients. We can communicate with customers, prescribers. We can communicate with staff. We can communicate with all kinds of internal and external stakeholders. We're really good at patient care. We're really good at customer satisfaction. We're extremely dependable. We show up no matter what. We're highly educated. We're very good at compliance and regulatory issues. We're very detail oriented. We are good at hitting metrics, and we're really good at understanding the why behind them, which is important and something we really need to express to employers, because that's an unusual and valuable skill. And then we're familiar with medical terminology, and we're computer fluent. Many of these skills are transferable and really valuable in a non-pharmacy role. Now, the next thing we need to do is actually look for the job. So I think that there's a lot of jobs out there, like overseeing ambulatory clinics, physician groups that have multiple sites, dental and veterinary clinics, like optical sites. We can consider looking at careers. Um, so when you go to hit the keyword search, we're looking for words like clinical coordinator, operations manager, clinical operations, clinical director. Um, we're looking for, these are words that we're going to pull up and we're going to skim for some sort of healthcare group usually. We'll have to skim through a lot more, and they're definitely not going to ask for a pharmacist, but our skills are going to be able to be transferable to this group. We're also going to keep in mind that we're not going to put in pharmacist in the keyword. We're not going to put in pharmacy because they're not going to keep us down the path we want to look. So we're putting in clinical, we're putting in director, we're putting in clinic, we're putting in the clinical operations, clinical director, clinical clinical research, clinical coordinator, clinical specialist, operations director, those kind of words. So then there are positions like clinical research coordinator. They oversee trials, clinical trials, research. They're good at compliance, documentation. I would say that and not the senior clinical research coordinator, because that will require some more experience. So I would go for the clinical research coordinator position. There's a position called clinical evidence specialist. It's kind of like a medical science liaison. And they're clinical experts for internal and external stakeholders. They answer clinical questions and help. They help, with the company's goals. It's remote, but it has a lot of travel. There's operational director. There's the clinical kind of directors, which are operations based, overseeing workflow. This one's kind of interesting. A clinical consultant. They guide the client with clinical expertise, and there are some really cool companies that are looking for this. I saw one that has, it's remote. It's about 75 to 100% travel, but it's actually also some international travel, which I thought was really cool. So there are all kinds. It's going to take time to think about what setting you picture yourself happiest in, what skills you love to use that make you great. And then spend some time experimenting and looking at different keywords, and then looking at the description. And I can help make sure that you're looking at like the best candidate and have the best tools, a rock star application, resume, cover letter, follow-up, social media, interview. I've been a hiring manager for over 20 years, so I've kind of got the hang of it, So if you're interested in working with me and learning more, send me a message and I'll send you a link to my calendar for a free 30-minute consultation. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.